Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and kind of give you a bit of a quick recap as to what's going on with the Mystic Makeover series. Now, in case you guys don't know, the Mystic Makeover series is a series that I've talked about previously here on my channel, and it's mainly a webcomic, an original creation by MrInternetman over at DeviantArt.com. And what it deals with is two characters. Primarily, it started with one character called Veronica, who obtains this mystical lipstick called Nightshade or Night Shadow. And when she applies it, she becomes the mischievous demon elf known as Demonica. And once she becomes Demonica, she instantly, over time, you know, gains the knowledge and abilities to become anyone or anything she wants to be. And this has been going on for several years. MrInternetman has been doing this series, that is. And over the past several years, if not recently, the past few years, he's added in a new character called Rebecca, who also has a night shadow, nightshade-like lipstick that allows her to become a mischievous demon elf known as Exotica. And she's able to do the same stuff that Veronica can do when she becomes Demonica. Now, on top of that, recently, in the past several months, he's also introduced us to a equally impressive, equally fun fused form, merged form, if you will, of both Rebecca and Demonica, or Rebecca, Exotica, and Demonica slash Veronica, known as Zaya. That's Xia. And she basically has the abilities of the same abilities, if not more so, that they do. So she can become anything or anyone she wants as well. And what's been going on recently is he's been providing a lot more content, as of late than usual. I mean, for example, recently in the past month or so, he did a webcomic called Power Play, and the webcomic centers around Demonica slash Veronica, returning home and basically feeling so, high on power, if you will, so energized on power that she needs to kind of exuberate, kind of disperse some of that power that she's accumulated throughout the night, because the power that she accumulates is the life force of people. Now, it has been established in earlier comics that the life force draining is a temporary deal, and that the effects are kind of like when somebody has too much to drink and they're hung over the next day. That's basically what it's been described as. So in Power Play, she basically wants to basically distribute this extra energy that she has. So she goes through all different kind of forms that would visually exhibit how she feels from a power perspective. And it's a really interesting comic. It's a really interesting and fun comic because you see her going through all these different forms, from inanimate to mystical to fluid, you name it. It's a really fun comic that he puts her in. Maybe not on terms, size wise, page wise as his previous ones, but still, it's a fun comic to read. Now, recently, he's also been uploading a series of one-panel comics which have different sequences within them. It's like those one-panel strips where you have one sequence followed by another and all that. And he's dubbed these Familiar Faces, and they take place, I should say, within the Mystic Makeover continuity. And what he does a day after he puts out the one panel with those different transition sequences is he puts out individual versions of those transitions. Because what people have to do if they want to see the full panel with all the transitions in that one panel, they have to download the picture. So what he does the next day is he basically uploads the individual pictures so you don't have to do that, and you can have a much better viewing experience of what you see there, of the comic itself in its own individual panels. And it's a really fun series that he's doing right now within the Mystic Makeover continuity, because he has Exotica, Rebecca, and Demonica, Veronica, and the fused form Zaya becoming all these different female fictional characters from comics, cartoons, movies, games. But what's interesting is what he's added to it from a continuity perspective. Because somebody asked him in the comment section of whether or not, when they become these characters, if they're role playing as these characters or if they become these characters in both body and mind, and if not soul. And basically, Mr. Internet Man's response was the latter, which is yes, when they become these characters, when they shapeshift and transform into these characters, they become that character. They become that character in both body and mind. But the catch, if you will, the anchor, if you will, that he said, helps them get back to, the original selves, is that the character they become acknowledges where they came from or who brought them to the forefront. So every time you get to that final sequence in the big panel, that final individual page that he uploads later on, you have the character that they become acknowledge who became them and says, don't worry, I'm going to give you a day you're not going to forget. I'm going to give this body a workout it'll never forget. So, they do acknowledge where they came from and who brought them to the forefront, like I said. And that kind of, in my opinion, serves as an anchor that allows the girls, either individually or in the fused form, to be able to climb or hold on to, that would allow them to change back to their normal selves. So, yeah, that's what's going on basically with Mr. Internet Man and the Mystic Makeover series. It's really fun. I'm hoping maybe in the future he does something with and I'm not the only one, believe me, because there are a lot of people like it when he does this. I'm hoping he does something in the future that involves the Zaya fusion, or both ladies individually going gooey and all that, and slimy and melty and all that. We're hoping, there's a lot of us that are hoping he goes with that next in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. But I just thought I'd let you know, and let you know what's going on. And so comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I am out.